to give an idea of the way I work, I'm going to read mostly from here, but maybe a little bit from the first book you mentioned. So this is the recent one. And I'll read from Globetrotter. Toronto is Amsterdam adrift at sea. It breathes the open Atlantic, where lines and angles blur and bend into mist. Toronto is Prague, without her hankering of narrow streets, narrow sky, and virgin tight apartment block. It is London, long jumping our imperial shadows, Trafalgaring into space. In winter, the north comes to visit without her lights. Not even Scheveningen could breathe such bone-bending blasts. Sarah Winter, gruff, arthritic old braggart with woolly mane, is that snow on his head? Or is it Shoyinka's hair, fluorescent against the night of Africa's dark politician, as we sit in Düsseldorf, in a foyer of smoked hotel wine, and eye the question? Photographer, you have no perspective, wide as the Autobahn, between Scarborough and Etobicoke, where the roads scream and cry, rubber, rubber, tears long as a calendar year. And look where the streetcar has left a scar in the brush flower as it goes Berlining around Queen's Avenue. The white draped Reichstag is not here. There should be no hurry to undress it with tourist eyes. What does the endless North American sky reveal, like those sex workers in Amsterdam's love quarters? She says simply, I am wide open. So the streetcar becomes a tram in slow phallic rush on Lambermeerdevort in The Hague, flirting foolishly with the horizon. The red light flashes where there are no red light districts. The streetcar stops to gaze at lovers, trundling down the avenue, down Dundas, heavy with love and its weights, to Eaton Center, where hearts pump more round from the fondling and folding of love's caress. Amongst the ring and jazz of the old distillery, young Toronto steps outside of Troy in full teenage glare, hair streaked with lightning. Because a girl smells better, she brushes a sweeter's kiss and the sun off her thundering skin, where all colors meet. Where all colors meet. A rainbow democracy signals spring. In affairs of state, our liberal estate weathers a conservative thaw. As spring spruced statues sparkle, what green leaves and trees do too, happy as the woodworm is happy. A yielding of hearth leaves soft patch for migrant foot, plucked from far-flung places, much like slugs, mud-plucked, shelled in silt, snow-cracked heels in seasonal sludge, frost-sutured foot, scalpel pared to true bureaucratic ache, across equators, inch for every inch, each foot widens with pain, 12 inches deep, with each official hinge towards Canada. Tender foot, Toronto is soft landing and gauze. Turn your migrant heel, 12 paces of endless young, tireless snake rattled by traffic, hydra-headed in all direction, hissing through town, up or down, from North York to Lake's shore. Each soul you decry, pedestrian as the stroll of malls and shops, is your ghosts, blown across time-trapped landscapes you traverse solid, 12 paces, and Toronto's face mirrors the face you must daily face. 12 inches, make 1 foot, lift, arithmetic to the street, is the equation of man or maiden you meet. Yellow, white, black, simple, gray, unabashed brown, or simply Canadian. Silly, as Alamein or Sudan is silly, hue of high or hair, chin cleft or brow bend scaled, in different ridges is SSS silly, uncivil pack dog howls, inane civet cat mewling on Canadian. Toronto, city of rainbow and covenants, under the shade of the maple leaf, fork-tongued, full of babble, coherent as Babel is not. Cubist dream, city within, where to take root, germinate and flower, you must upturn your soil and soul. Tender foot, be firm graft, new node, become a branch on the maple tree. And let green laughter, tree between neighboring jaws, jostle together. On Mosaic Street, thick, thin, full dimpled cheeks, paper pale or ruddy brown, black, not from bruising, not from not Christ-like palm, pittering the severed here of peace, pittering out, deafened by bomb blast Baghdad, thunder in Kabul, brawls in Paris, race rage in Dessau, bombs in Beirut, rockets in Gaza, wailing in Israel, touched walls that flicker, melt, dissolve in candle excitement, and are blown out. Here, you may turn the other cheek amongst your treeing laugh, many timbered, and not be impaled by hate's spiked planks, but only redistribute hair, long it up larynx, hair streaming over tongue, mere warmed to expand, lumber up and down your tree trunk torso, till you shake limb after trembling limb, explode amongst the branches, hair and treetop flying, as sweat and a commotion of nest-deserting birds fly out of your lift body, gripped at the root of being by wind. And bent double, you broke wind, old. Consider solemn these howls of ease and peace, treed like plinth into Canadian knowledge of self, guffaws, nervous, in the direction of extinguishing walls. Laughter that collapses amongst the giggles, hang tremulous between the teeth, suppressed quake, skinned rumble, fissuring the frozen surface of Lake Ontario, in nuclear frost from meltdown downtown, Big Bang, as nervous young guns of Navrak, Jane, and Finch barrel together, the shotgun hand of New York and Chicago take ringed aim, shoot down Covenant and Rainbow. How much time do I have?
Keep going.
Okay. Or the surprise of plots and rumors of plotting, to behead peace, home-baked and numerous as bagel, and unearth hell's kitchen, foreshock, at shook ground of being, if continental plates collide, crack and smelt, cook the Canadian shield to volcanic froth. In a vacuum, it rifts igneously, peacefully rocked, as the CN Tower is ragdoll rocked tinsel, shelled to foil, as safely singed flower fall without flutter around the dreaming maple, motionless unfurl inside bunkered shell, a hide oval from foil life that, unlike foil, flare in no more sun. Toronto, shocked and shelled to smog coal. I think I'll stop here with this one. Then I'll read from here. I'll read a bit from, I'll read the second part of it, which is called Caribbean Blues. And this is talking about love gun bust. So, just a minute. Postcards scented with love, describing exotic Jamaica. Postcards, still careful artists, painting pictures of Bob Marley, immobilized forever in stone, plucking a tone-dead guitar because he does not know the reggae of it. Pictures of gurgling brooks, of lakes of sunlight, of surf and sand, and nothing. Your photographs are all hidden away, but do not feel that I do not feel. It is the camera flash of your smile which blinds, and I must shutter my mind against the bright and the dark, bulletproof my soul against your flash bulb eyes. Do not feel that I do not feel, but those palm grooves of naked bodies, all that oil, all that ripeness, it is love shipwrecked in the sun, even though your name promises a plenitude. Like the blue waters of the bay, it is safe harbor for the seafaring gulls, or the salt of life for the diver fish. Water, to flood the seaways to a hurried heart. It is sea winds swaying the sad palms, eternal witnesses to many a drowning, even though you once said to the waves, No panic on the Titanic. Still, the Titanic sank, sitting still in the still blue silences of a dead seabed, deafened by the silent crash of talkative sea conches pressed against waterlogged ears that can no longer hear, because life roars on. Up where the swordfish knives through the breakers, she went down amidst a menge. Menge in German means plentiful. Amidst a menge of seaweed and flotsam, like a dead whale, belly up, belly aching the press of water. She sank amidst slimy, grimy, crawling things. She sank, fossilized upon the slimy bed of a slimy sea, at Montego Bay, Highland, shipwrecked in the sun. For this you fear the depths, but what fate awaits a champion swimmer except death by water? What fate for the lover but heartbreak that evening when the tropical sun bursts into a million gold ingots, breaking upon the slack fearful waves, hot fagots, racing along the excited banks, with a kiss and a hiss, sinking heart and sky in darkness and ashes. Why do you stare so fixedly towards sea? What dazed sights did you see at the quay? Is it those two sea nymphs at Ochorio's, formed like bubbles, feeding each other's shells, baiting among the foams, as naked as those nudist forms lying lazy-limbed upon the sandy cove? No, that those two apparitions were you and I, for we were but bubbles upon the treasurer's crests, weathered together by a molecule of water, and are only together by clinging together, atomized on this reggae fall of waters. What fumes assailed you among the rivers? What sighs, what gnomes, what numbness? Amongst smoked giddy leaves, a demon horn appears, bright as an angel, teasing the hot, lustful waves that makes you so swoon, making highs with your water-caught clams, clamming at the high thighs. Fate, do not sway, rock steady, catch the sprays, and like Peter, the rock, you shall meet God, win, upon the bed sheets of water. Should you think me too obsessed with the wayward ways of water? Remember, we are all salt, all, and all our members do no other but all dissolve, limb for limb, only liquid. It grabbed at us without hands, at even tide when the hunter shark scavenges, running away with all our fins, with our bloody steel nets, our upstreaming jaws, streaming red hate for all swimming things which fill. This is why, good Christians, we must hold hands with the waves, remembering Jonah, singing Hosanna before taking a final walk in the blue lagoon. It took only a captain's misunderstanding of a rocky canyon for harbor. It took the kingfisher's stubborn dalliance with a whirlpool to shatter the glass rough stillnesses. Nevertheless, said the proud swan to the lake, when I take a decision, it is fixed, yet the fixed North Star to which the sun-bent prow bowed sank with the stern, knocking the sea's bright scattered teeth, all a-skittering over all this big bright white buck basin, and lost its keen all-compassing high in the rocked ship's wrecked wake, forever forgoing the sun-kissed romance of the halls. A mere pop star, popping for love with the bubbles breaking out of the open drowning ports, and no more turn to sexy starboard, port wide open port, whale, wheel. On the west coast, the sun drops plop into the sea, driving your jealous mud skipper crabbing these past 7 summers for the hairy hole, holding bulging trousers, because he knows. Then you must winter away, follow the strong sweet streams periodically, hot, cold, hot. Follow where last season your touring hunt, giddy behind the Ypsilon waterfalls, saw with closed eyes our own waters fall upon the paddles of one cheeky lifeguard, pleading, don't rock the boat, you should know where to hold, because strong streams, and dipping his paddles waist deep. Come on, one kiss, kissing inclusive, Jah Rastafari. Kissing inclusive, because sometimes there are open spaces he can swim behind, because it is his private property, and no space for her to hold, because it is private paddle, splitting the waves into two, where the weak police do not dare, for fear of the piranhas. And there is not one honest bone in your body if you insist that you and I have not charted this same charged course before, one bamboo shoot ago, while the paddles played classical music, rough, smooth timbers, on the stalactites and stalagmites, cawing deep into the dark caves, wrapped around the river bend in the dark. And come, do not break me so. I think I'll stop here at about 50 minutes.
Thank you.